What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that might remember, a few months ago, I finished up my dream desk setup for 2021. And since then, I did what basically any logical human being would do, which is I got engaged and I decided to move in with my fiance. So because of that, I actually had to basically break down my entire desk setup that you saw in that video. Luckily, we're actually looking for a house right now, but because of the way the housing market is, it may be a while till we find a house and I'm a little impatient, so I decided to actually set up my shop here. Outside of the big move, I've actually made a ton of changes to my desk setup, including this monitor that you see behind me, which is one of many changes that I've done. So in today's video, I'm gonna take you through everything that I've changed over the course of the last few months and everything that I've added to my desk setup to optimize to the way I do my job. And hopefully it'll give you inspiration for your own desk setup, and possibly you guys can point out some of the ways I could have improved my desk setup. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into it.
Let's start off with one of my favorite new pieces. I saw these iPhone frames popping up more and more, and as someone that loves the engineering that goes into tech, I had to get one of these. Rather than just buying it fully assembled, the owner of the Etsy shop that I got this from agreed to send it to me like this. So if you're looking for a sick, unique gift for a tech lover, this would be it. One thing you may start to notice about my setup is that I love the look of heather gray. While I liked my old leather desk pad, it was kind of big and constantly moved around, so I switched to DeltaHub's desk pad and I love it. I also added the Carpio 2.0 wrist rest. It helps to alleviate pressure from my wrist, and once I used it for about a week or two, it feels pretty weird to go back to using nothing at all. I would say the only drawback to a product like this is that if you're like me and constantly taking your hand off the mouse, it sometimes just gets a little annoying when the wrist rest moves away and you have to move it back in place. It's not really a big deal, but I just wanted to point it out. I love my MX Series 2 mouse, but I felt like I was missing out, so I upgraded to the MX Series 3. I finally decided to convert from a dual monitor setup to an ultra-wide setup. The monitor that I liked the most ended up being LG's 38-inch curved monitor. It's definitely one of the bigger purchases I made for this setup, and I'm sure that there are some decent, cheaper alternatives out there that I'll link down in the description, but I really wanted something that was slightly bigger than the 34-inch options. My only critiques for this monitor right now are the high price, and also the stand it comes on is a little plasticky, which is why I mounted it. For the mount, it was all about finding one that could support a big monitor. When I was looking, I basically had to focus on the monitor's weight, as most mounts are advertised for sizes smaller than 38 inches. I actually got lucky with this one just because I think it was like half off on Amazon when I found it, and it easily holds my monitor even though it's meant for screens up to 35 inches. So I went with this monitor for a few reasons. From a technical perspective, it has Thunderbolt 3 connectivity, it's 3840 by 1600 Quad HD Plus resolution, and the curve is actually very subtle, but in the best way possible. From a gaming perspective, it has 1 millisecond response time, it has 144 Hz refresh rate, and it's NVIDIA G-Sync compatible. I love this monitor for my work as I typically need either a dual screen setup, which 38 inches is perfect for, or I need a horizontal orientation for my work in Premiere Pro. I know that not everyone is into RGB lights, but I personally love how when you do them correctly to your personal taste, they can make you feel much more immersed in your own setup. Because of that, I got two new additions from Govee. The first is the Govee Glide Smart Lights. I'll be honest, at first I was a little concerned by the way the plastic looked and how they clicked together, but after I got it up and running, this is easily one of my favorite additions. With the Govee app, I'm able to customize every light to what I prefer. They also have a variety of preset scenes that they've created that you can choose from as well. On top of the wall light, I also added Govee's new floor lamp. It has a super thin and modern look to it that I'm a huge fan of. I'm working towards an improved smart office, so I switched out my clock for a Google Nest Hub. This gives me the ability to control all of the Govee lights easily, as well as a ton of other things that I'm excited to try out. I added Apple's new M1 Mac Mini as well to handle some of the projects that my older MacBook Pro is starting to struggle with. Unfortunately, it doesn't have as many ports to plug into, so I added the Satechi USB-C hub. I still love my IKEA Alex drawers, but I was a little messy with them, so I added a couple of organizers from IKEA as well. So for when I'm working at night, I got a new monitor lamp that is actually really well made for being almost a third of the price of some of the other name brands I've seen. And I know I have way too many lights, but I got this desk lamp a few months ago because of how well it went with my desk, and for times I needed light directly over what I was working on. I typically use my laptop for when I need to remote into work, which is why I got a laptop stand as well as a portable USB-C hub. I'll also typically use these when I need to take my work into another room.
All right, so there you have it. That is everything that I've changed to my desk setup since I originally created my desk setup. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm gonna leave links to all the products that I used in this video down in the description. If you guys have any recommendations or suggestions for future videos, just let me know down in the comments. Other than that, that's it. All right, bye.